Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the episode of DREADLOCK. I'm Gunther the Great, and today we're going to be looking at Lil Pumps Red Dreadlocks. Someone actually DM'd me and they're like, are these even dreadlocks anymore? And yes, they are still dreadlocks, but they are super messy. I've explained this so many times in so many other episodes of Lil Pump. The reason there's so many videos of this is just because he does so many different things to his dreads. And we see this with so many different people. We see it with Lil Uzi Vert, which if you haven't seen that video, it dropped earlier on in this week. Who would have ever thought that Lil Uzi got rid of his dreads? Which a lot of people are getting rid of their dreads, so I wouldn't be super surprised. But Lil Uzi did a whole bunch of stuff to his hair, along with a whole other list of people that have just done so much to their hair, along with so much damage that went with their hair. That's why Lil Pump's dreads look the way that they do, because he's put so much damage to his hair. But I've only seen a few photos of his hair being red, and I wanted to do a video on it, so make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, and we'll jump straight into it. Now that we're on Instagram, make sure to go follow the DREADLOCK Instagram page. We hit 6,000 subs. That is nuts. I remember when we hit 5,000 not too long ago, but we're going to keep on growing. Make sure to follow us and tag DREADLOCK to be featured on the page. We're going to go scroll through this really quick. You guys can see some of the images of yourselves, and I like sharing high quality good pictures of dreadlocks, so make sure to tag us. But without further ado, let's take a look at Lil Pump. So here's a photo actually right before he got the red dreadlocks, and this is on his Instagram page. We see right here he has the bright red dreads, and it looks like he even threw in some more extensions on his dreads. I don't know what he's doing with his hair, honestly. It's just like he's putting his hair through so much. It's really interesting. I wonder what his method or his mind behind whatever he's doing with his dreadlocks, what his whole process is behind that. I wonder if it's a style that he's trying to implement with cutting off dreads and reinstalling them, or just like basically destroying his dreadlocks if he still wants to keep them. Like, I wonder what goes through his head to where he thinks, you know what, I want to keep my dreadlocks, even though I'm like putting them through every single thing possible. But it is really interesting because, I mean, if you look at these things up close, I don't know if he has any up close pictures, but I mean, even in this right here, we can see how destroyed they actually look. At the roots, they look completely fine, which that's where you're mostly gonna find your healthiest hair, is at the base of your dreads. Just because that's the newest hair on your head and the tip is the oldest hair, so it's been through the most. And you can see on his hair that the tips are frayed and wispy, mostly because of the bleach and the dye, which bleach and dye will essentially make your hair really thin, strip it of its pigments, and a lot of people call that unhealthy hair, which in my opinion, unhealthy hair or healthy hair, it's hard to say, because I don't think you can base healthy or unhealthy hair off of the products that you use or the way your hair looks, because I think hair is just hair, and the way it looks, I don't really think can be healthy or unhealthy, because no matter what, your hair is dead. Like, it doesn't live. You can't feel your hair. It's not like when you dreadlock your hair gets worse than if your hair is regular outside of dreadlocks. So I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't really think about. Just because hair looks fried or messed up or anything like that doesn't mean that it's unhealthy. Even though he has put his hair through so much, and it may be thinner and it may be stripped of its pigment. I mean, if those are the requirements for unhealthy hair, then of course his hair is unhealthy. But what do you guys think? Do you think just because hair looks messy or looks, you know, messed up in any sort of way, do you think it's unhealthy? Or do you think that all hair is just hair, there's no healthy or unhealthy? Comment down below what you guys think. Looking at his story, he got the 2 braids back, and it looks pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie, like, still, either way, Lil Pump still has a pretty cool set of dreads, cool set of hair, and when he gets the lineup, it just looks super clean with the fade and everything like that. And I'm not gonna lie, the way his hair is, it suits him perfectly. And I think that's with everybody with dreadlocks, is the way that their dreadlocks are, I think it suits him perfectly. Now I'm looking at Lil Pump's tags on Instagram, and I rolled across this one when he had the 2-strand twist, and not to lie, it looked pretty good. And I think he's still doing that just to make sure that his hair is strong. I think he's trying to combine most of his dreads to make thicker dreadlocks, and this is a way to actually make them thicker with the 2-strand twist. But you guys, I just actually got a message that Smoke Perp got his dreadlocks back, and then someone's considering that they're fake, so we'll see what the deal is. All right, so it does look like Smoke Perp does have his dreads. I don't know how long he's had them, but it looks like he did have some sort of length to him, and it looks like he had some sort of twist. The thing about Smoke Perp's hair is more on the straighter end. A lot of y'all are probably like, no, his hair's not straight, it's curly. Of course it's curly, but it's not really coarse. So when it comes down to his dreadlocks, they are a little longer right here, and man, it's hard telling. I remember the first time we did a video on him, and he did have dreadlock extensions installed into his hair, and with the length that he does have right here, we can see that he does have his hair about maybe 4 to 5 inches. Now it does look like they're real, and at the same time, it's hard telling. I might do a full video on that once we get more pictures and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. It was pretty cool making. It's always cool seeing the progression of people's dreadlocks. So make sure to leave a comment on who I should do next. And also don't forget to tag at DREADLOCK on Instagram. And also don't forget to follow us either. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.